Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. I'm going to give you a quote. And the quote goes like this. The thugs and criminals involved in the violence in Southport should expect to be locked up for at least 10 years. It's an excellent quote, and I think it's something fair. Lock these thugs up. Anyone who commits violent acts should be locked up. Who said that? Well, it was an MP. Can you guess which one? If you're thinking, is it Mike Amesbury? You'd be right. Now, this is the guy that stood in the street with an unprovoked attack with a bystander. The guy was just standing there with his hands by the side. Mike Amesbury in the video just sucker punches him straight onto his back. People have died from punches like that. Then when the guy's on the ground, he's gone back in and continued hitting him time and time again. Has to be dragged off. Is dragged off, wants to go back and remonstrate with him again. I mean, brutal. It's just a brutal, drunken, yobbish attack. Now, despite all this behaviour from Mike Amesbury, he has a bit of a history of being one of the most stringent critics of violent and violent attacks, and has for years called for very harsh penalties. Long prison sentences for those who commit these acts. And I agree with him. And I'm sure he will be the first to agree that yobbish behaviour like this does deserve a very long time in prison. And so I do hope, as he's sitting there in his little cell with whoever his cellmate is, they can sit and laugh about the irony of the man who wants long prison sentences for these kind of attacks to have been given a long prison sentence for this kind of attack. He wants anyone who is assaulted, or anyone who is assaulted deserves to be protected by the law, is what he said. He said, and the law must be applied evenly, fairly, but harshly. His words, not mine. He says, what is more, despite our often ample evidence, some cases don't get prosecuted, even when there is a lot of very good video evidence. He says, and he demands that video evidence be treated as, real evidence and be used when sentencing. The irony is lovely, isn't it? It's just fantastic. Now, even within Parliament, this man has had allegations of bullying, of intimidation. He's had to be remonstrated with over his behaviour. His drinking has been noted. And now this. And so, yes, I think we need to listen to the words he's saying, and we need to lock this man up for 10 years, as he insists. After all, he wouldn't want to be seen as a two-faced, hypocritical tosspot, would he? Got to practice what you preach, eh, Mr. Amesbury? Let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Goodbye.